joining us this evening. This is a very special occasion. We can't believe that we have so many important public safety figures here with us tonight. These are the people that keep us safe in Streeterville. Streeterville has always been a very safe neighborhood. However, earlier this year we had a few issues, and we decided that we should have a public safety coalition. But we found out that we already have a coalition, and the coalition is composed of these people that are sitting here tonight that protect and serve all the residents, visitors, and workers of this community. This is really a big deal, and we have this all-star panel who is here to answer your questions. Usually after our public safety meetings, people say we didn't get a chance to ask questions, and tonight we thought we would turn it around, that the focus of this meeting would be to answer your questions. We have a plan to make it smooth and run efficiently, so we'll hear about that later. Just so you know, this year SOAR is celebrating its 50th anniversary. We started in 1975, and we've been here advocating on behalf of the community for the past 50 years. And tonight is an example of the type of program that we bring to the community. And the more members we have in this community, the better we are as an organization, because we are a volunteer, nonprofit organization here to work for the betterment of this neighborhood. So before we begin the program, I would like to thank our host for this evening, Jennifer Kunde from Northwestern University, for their gracious hospitality and letting us use this beautiful auditorium. It is now my pleasure to introduce the co-chairs of SOAR's Public Safety Task Force. First, I will introduce Nick Black, who is the co-chair, standing here, and Denise Stells, who is his co-chair as well. And they will be conducting this program tonight. So thank you again for joining us, and we look forward to hearing from you.
That's a tough act to follow. I'm Nick Black. I've seen quite a few of you guys here a few times, so I'm very excited to moderate this evening. I've been around SOAR not for the full 50 years. I know it looks that way, but I've only been around for about 3.5, almost 4 years now, and I have seen such an increase in community. There's still some runway to go, but I think tonight we'll be able to get down to some really heartfelt questions that you guys had a chance to ask. So with that, I'm going to introduce my co-chair, Denise.
So in this forum, we are prioritizing transparency and open dialogue. We believe that by sharing our thoughts and concerns, we can foster a stronger connection between our residents, local authorities, and community organizations. So this is a chance to create a space where everyone feels empowered to engage, to share ideas, and work together towards solutions that enhance the well-being of Streeterville. So thanks for being here and contributing to a safer tomorrow. I'd like to introduce this evening's panelists. We're excited to have a very diverse group of panelists who will bring their expertise and insights to our discussions. Each of them play a key role in creating and keeping safety in Streeterville. Our first panelist is from the Chicago Police Department of the 18th District that serves Streeterville. He is Commander Chris Bielfeldt, who assumed this role just last month. On the CPD force for 27 years, he's no stranger to us here in Streeterville. He previously served as captain in this district, as well as captain of airport operations at Midway Airport. While a lieutenant, he was assigned to the Bureau of Detectives and worked to reopen detective divisions. So we welcome him. Thank you. Our next panelist tonight is Tom Dart, Cook County Sheriff. Tom Dart is the current sheriff of Cook County, Illinois, first elected in 2006 and now serving in his third term. He previously served in both the Illinois Senate and House of Representatives. Mr. Dart is the head of the second largest sheriff's department in the United States. This Cook County Sheriff Sheriff's presence in Streeterville has been a valuable resource as they work in cooperation with the Chicago Police Department. Next up is Dan O'Shea, who is the Director of Safety and Security at Navy Pier. Daniel O'Shea is the Executive Director of Safety and Security, and prior to this, Daniel had held various positions at the Chicago Police Department, including Deputy Chief, Commander, Captain, Lieutenant, Police Sergeant, and Patrolman in different districts and specialized units. Also tonight, we have Mr. White, Mr. Glenn White. He is the Safety and Security Advisor for the Magnificent Mile Association. Prior to this current role, Mr. White has had a successful career with the Chicago Police Department, where he served for over 28 years. He's been a commander of the 5th District and captain in the Austin District, among other duties. He is the pulse of Michigan Avenue, and he can share what's currently going on there. We also have Steve Vitale. He's with us today. He is the president of P4 Companies. In the Streeterville neighborhood, his team works closely with Northwestern Medicine. They provide armed off-duty police officers to patrol the Northwestern Hospital campus and the surrounding areas, including dedicated coverage of the emergency department. And we are also pleased to present a panelist who was able to join us this evening, and that is Brad Kessler. A lifelong Chicagoan, Mr. Kessler has served in many roles in our community. He's an attorney and began his legal career leading the CPS's anti-gang task force. Mr. Kessler was elected to the 18th Police District Council in 2023. Brad has coordinated support and logistics around the migrant crisis, launched a retail theft focus on commercial robbery and retail theft, and is currently coordinating a strategy to try to stop the unpermitted protests in our district. All right, so that's our panel for tonight. Now I'd like to turn the microphones over to the panelists so that you can add to your my brief bio introduction and let you know their role in keeping Streeterville safe. And so as soon as this part of the portion of the program is over, then we'll begin the Q&As. So I'd like everybody to take a moment. When I say brief, I mean kind of brief. So you get to more questions. So.
And gentlemen, the mic should be off, so when you're ready to speak, go ahead and turn it on.
So you just want to just go down the line? We can start with Mr. White.
Good evening. First of all, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank all of you for coming out for this very, very important forum on safety of the Mag Mile and the safety of the city of Chicago. I think we all have something in common, is that we all love Chicago. And a lot of people love Chicago. They're our tourists, our visitors, our residents. We love Chicago. And it's up to us to promote Chicago, preserve Chicago, and protect Chicago. As Denise announced earlier, my name is Glenn White, and I am the Safety and Security Advisor for the Mag Mile. So I get to see firsthand every morning, every afternoon, and every evening what's happening on Michigan Avenue from, for the most part, from Oak Street south down to the river. I also hit the side streets as well, going over to Oak Street and to St. Clair Street. So for the most part, I'm the eyes and ears from my partner over here, Chris Bierfield. Whatever I see that's not right, I immediately report back to him. And he takes the necessary actions to, corrective actions to correct things that I see. Most of you seeing the panhandlers, the unhoused population on Michigan Avenue. That's a work in progress. We're definitely working on that on a daily basis, and we shall see some change real soon. He told me 2 minutes, and I'm gonna pass the mic over to Dan O'Shea.
Me too.
Thank you, Glenn. Good evening, everyone. My name is Dan O'Shea, Head of Security at Navy Pier. And just want to echo what Glenn said. We rely on everybody sitting up here to be successful at Navy Pier. As Streeterville goes, so goes Navy Pier. We're always in constant communication with everyone up here. Us at Navy Pier, we're lucky we have an MOU with both the City of Chicago and the Cook County Sheriff's Police to bring those uniformed personnel officers to work off duty at our venue. And with 8.5 million people coming through the doors at Navy Pier every year, we're super excited that we have this partnership with all of our law enforcement partners. And we're also using some technology in private security at Navy Pier to create this layered effect to make everyone feel safe and welcome to Navy Pier. So excited about events like this to let you know what we're doing at Navy Pier, and happy to answer any questions. Looking forward to it tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, everybody, for having me here tonight. Like they said, I was promoted to commander here back in May. I previously served as a captain for 3 years from 2020 to 2023 down here in the 18th district. So I feel I have a good understanding of the district, the unique challenges that are facing this area. I can say honestly, I mean, I've worked in a lot of different places. After I served here as a captain, I was up northwest in the district as a captain. I've worked in different districts as lieutenants and sergeants. And it's what's unique about this place is the support that we get from the community, the citizens, the businesses, the politicians. It's really second to none. And we have a very challenging job. It's very challenging times, but the support that you provide to us is second to none, and it makes it that much easier. So I just want to thank you all for that.
I'm Tom Dart. I've been sheriff for quite a long time now, and I'm not going to take too much time at all and keep this short, but so you understand, the sheriff's office, people are puzzled what exactly our role is. We run the jail, we do that. I have about 5,000, 6,000 employees. We have our own police department, we've had forever. Traditionally it was in suburban Cook County, but years ago we started moving into the city in areas where we're needed. In 2022, we came down to this area. And we came down here with a purpose to help the Chicago Police Department any way we can. We have just an amazing partnership. We love working with them. It's just fantastic. It's seamless. It couldn't find better partners if we wanted. What our role is that we add more value on top of what CPD does already. They do an amazing job, and as the commander mentioned, these jobs are always difficult. They're just much more difficult now than they ever were before. So what we've done is we've added more people into the area. We've opened up three different command posts. One in Chicago, one at 500 North Clark, one in Water Tower Place, and we're opening one up at Roosevelt and State in about a week or so. We have police officers who have the same police powers as Chicago police officers do to make arrests, to respond to any type of calls. We put a specific emphasis on retail theft though, because of the issues that were going on, particularly along the Magnificent Mile. And what we did there is we have a group of people who are both sworn and unsworn who go literally business to business, introduce themselves, meet with every business owner, go through security plans with them, give them information how to get a hold of us if they need to for some reason, if they need us to come in addition to Chicago, whatever it might be, they have the ability to reach out to us. We help them, as I said, with security-related issues, giving them analysis on things that they could do better. We also put together a database so that when the businesses have cases, one of the problems they had, and I used to be a state's attorney many years ago, was they did not know necessarily of some of the court dates and cases are being thrown out. So we put together a system where we alert them to when their court cases are up, and then we track the cases in the court system too to make sure, frankly, that some judges are not throwing the cases out. And so we have a pretty elaborate plan, particularly for retail theft. We've done something similar in conjunction with Chicago and the FBI in regards to carjackings. But we then just do regular type of patrol work, much like what Chicago does, which is in addition to what they're doing. And there's no part of the city that doesn't say the same thing, is that we all can use more help, we all need more people, and that's what we provide. And we're going to continue to do that. As I said, we've been in since 2022, and it's been a great partnership both with Chicago, but with yourselves and many of the people in the room that we've talked to over the years. And it's just been very positive, and we're going to continue to do that. We have a separate unit we bring in that deals with the homelessness and the mental health and substance abuse issues, where we work with people on the street to get them off the street into either the hospital or into housing. And we've had quite a bit of luck with that as well. So that unit's out there in addition to the other ones that we have around here as well. Thank you.
First off, I want to thank everybody here at this table. I want to thank SOAR and everybody listening to us here this evening. My name is Steve Vitale. I'm the president here at P4 Companies. I also want to thank Northwestern Hospital. They made a very large investment to make sure that there's a force multiplier, and that's P4. We're supplying off-duty and retired police officers here at the hospital. If you've seen our cars with the green lights patrolling Huron, Superior, Erie, and North St. Clair, the cars with the green lights, those are off-duty and retired police officers that are in constant communication with the folks sitting at this table, CPD, the politicians, and Northwestern Hospital. So, you know, P4 we thought was really a groundbreaking company in terms of partnering with different departments throughout the city and different districts in having these patrol programs. And Northwestern saw what was happening and said, we'd like to make sure that we make this initial investment. And 2.5 years ago, we didn't know if this program was gonna work or not. And the crime data is showing us that it is working, that we're acting as eyes and ears for the departments and for the police force here around the area, and it's continuing to grow. We just expanded our program with Northwestern, so we also have off-duty and retired police officers in the emergency room here to make sure that the guests, visitors, patients, doctors, and everybody who works in this hospital feels safe. So can't thank you enough for allowing us here to speak and answer any questions.
All right, just checking to see if this one works too. I'm Brad Kessler. I want to echo and just say thank you for all being here in Northwestern and SOAR for their leadership. I chair something called the 18th Police District Council. I see several familiar faces and some new faces in the crowd. I'm part of a 3-member council with Bob Johnson, who's in the front row here, and Karen Kane. We are tasked with really being your voice in your ears in collaboration with the wonderful partners at this table and those that aren't here, whether they're city agencies that are Department of Transportation or CTA or et cetera, in addition with the police force. We meet monthly on the 4th Tuesday of every month to present to you and to work with you. And so we're really in echoing chamber, in a collaborative chamber for what you're concerned about. So I'll tell you the handful of things that were mentioned in the intro are items that we worked on starting 2 years ago. May 9th was on all the migrant issues that were coming into our areas. That was a heavily coordinated response where we were trying to coordinate with all the city agencies, county agencies, individual supporters, try to find showers, resources, any number of things to try to get folks off the streets and not committing crimes and try to become productive members of society while they were here. Moving on to retail theft concerns or other quality of life concerns, whether it's scooters on the sidewalks or bicycles on the sidewalks, or as mentioned in the bio, all the protests and large group gatherings that are happening in this area that are not permitted, that don't have the appropriate notification for public assembly. These items are things that we try to work on, that we are able, as your elected representatives, to try to cause some good trouble inside the system. I will briefly mention, I care deeply about the community. I grew up actually in the 18th district, but my grandmother lived at the Hancock for over 40 years. And so I was here all the time. I really, really care about getting this community back to how it was, where it was just a bastion of safety and joy for so many visitors and residents. So thank you.
So we're going to start with just some guidelines for the forum, right? So you've been introduced for our panelists this evening, and each one of them represents an aspect of public safety in Streeterville. And I think we're pretty lucky to have them here this evening. So here's how the evening will go. The question structure, we've gathered your questions, the question cards, and we put them in order. And if there's repeat topics, the first person to have gotten to that topic is one who will ask the question. And what we'll do is we will call on you to come to the microphone to ask your question. And the microphone is right here on the first floor here. When addressing, so we'll call you to come to the microphone, and then each person with your question, you'll have no more than 1 minute as the microphone, right? So when you're addressing the panel, please start by identifying the panelist if you're directing it to someone in particular. So example, this question is for Commander Bielfeldt. And then you say what your question is. So we want to avoid lengthy lead-ups or long introductions to the questions. The more questions we can get to, the better, right? So then the panelists then will have 3 minutes to respond to the question. And the panelists will be encouraged to be clear and concise, right? And making sure their responses are relevant to the questions asked, right? Nick Black, he's time management, he's the man right here, right? He'll be our moderator, and he's gonna keep track of the 1-minute question and the 3-minute responses, right? So he's the guy you have to answer to, right? So he'll keep things moving and may, intervene if times are exceeded, just so we can keep moving, all right? Audience engagement, we encourage all attendees to be respectful and patient, allowing each participant to voice their concerns and questions. After a panelist response, follow-up questions may be permitted at the moderator's discretion, if it's right, but obviously we're gonna stick to the topic that was initially addressed. We will end the questioning period at 7:20 to allow us time to summarize key points and invite final thoughts from our panelists. So thanks for being here today. Your engagement is vital in fostering a community that values safety, inclusion, and respect for everyone. So let's get started.
Okay, thanks Denise. First up, Angela Griffin. Angela, are you here with us today? Angela? Oh, here we go. And then right behind Angela, Dwayne, if you can come on down. Dwayne, there we go. Some of these questions, by the way, most are directed to a specific panelist. Others are open. And so for the panelists, if you feel the passion to answer, please just jump in and I'll keep you to the 3 minutes.
My question is, I live at 200 East Delaware, and I am concerned about the watering outside. Can you hear me? Hi, I live at 200 East Delaware, and I am concerned about the loitering that goes on outside the Delaware Patrick. It could be in early afternoon or late afternoon or evening. We have difficulty with exiting from our west entrance, and I am a dog owner, and I am very fearful of going out to just walk my dogs. And it's like a accident just waiting to happen.
Okay.
How do you plan on addressing that? So the same type of panhandlers that sit outside of the Walgreens on Chicago and Michigan are moving to our area.
Thank you. She's referring to the loitering that's outside her building. Not directly addressed to any of the panelists, so if anyone would like to discuss the loitering.
Pretty much sure this is directed to me, so, no, the panhandling, a lot of that has been pushed off of Michigan Avenue, unfortunately, that's starting to see, you'll see pop up by your residents. It's not something that we allow, it's not something that we feel is acceptable. If you call the police will respond there and they will move it along. We do have